Hollow form turning may appear to be intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. This series will walk you through 3 simple projects that will build your confidence as you build your skills. In part 1, we created a deep internal hollow, but a straight one, suitable for making a goblet or a scoop. In part 2, we'll make a shallow bowl. We'll use hollow form tools to undercut the rim, but the nice large opening makes this an easy project to practice on and build your skills. And in part 3, we'll tackle a true hollow form turning, creating a form with a narrow opening that will really challenge your skills. As with all turning projects, the first step is to true up the blank. The rough blank is mounted to a faceplate and turned true, using the same tools and techniques as on any project. Once the blank is round, the tool rest is repositioned to true and clean the face. This is especially important when starting with rough lumber. Most of this work will be done holding the part in a jaw chuck. So a spigot needs to be turned into the face that was just prepared. The spigot needs to be properly sized for the largest jaw set practical. Most jaw sets suitable for this work are dovetailed on the inside face to prevent the part from slipping out. The spigot you create should also be dovetailed to match, to provide as much gripping surface as absolutely possible. Beveling the shoulder above the spigot will allow you to cut that dovetail properly and give better clearance when working close into the jaw chuck. And the blank is now ready to be hollowed. Remove the faceplate from the blank and mount the jaw chuck onto the lathe. The spigot should be less deep than the jaws of the chuck, so that the shoulder rests firmly on the top of the jaws. Clamp the blank firmly in the jaws, making sure that everything spins true. The outside face is now the top of the bowl, so it should be cleaned and trued as well. The opening at the top of the bowl can now be sized. The actual dimension doesn't matter much, but it should be slightly larger than the spigot that was created originally, because the bowl will need to be finished with the mouth of the bowl held by the jaw chuck. With the size of the opening established, a straight-walled pocket is created into the depth of the blank. No special tools or techniques needed here. We're just going to create a pocket in the center of the bowl. Cut the pocket as deep as possible until it's within about 1/4 of an inch of the spigot's shoulder. For this blank, that meant about 2.5 inches deep. Now it's time to switch to the specialized hollowing tools. Hollowing tools have a curved neck that allow you to reach in behind the face of the part you're turning to make undercuts. These hollowers from Easy Wood Tools have a wide, flat shank for extra support when you're cutting. And the outside edge of the shank is aligned with the outside edge of the cutting tool, which allows you to visually see how deep you're cutting even when you're inside your blank. The cutting forces on the curved neck are going to want to twist your tool. So the tool rest should be set fairly well back from the part in order to take advantage of the flat body of the tool. Work slowly and steadily. Let the tool do the work. Take light passes and stop frequently to check the size and the shape of the pocket that you're carving out. This bowl slopes rapidly from the mouth out to the widest point of the hollow, and then extends in a smooth arc down to the bottom of the original pocket that was cut. The hollowing tools are used for the undercut just below the opening of the bowl. Once that's finished, the wide opening allows for using more common tools to do the heavy work down inside the piece. With the hollow shaped properly, the outside can be turned to match. Ideally, the outside is shaped to match the inside profile, creating a vessel with walls that are a consistent thickness all the way through the profile. Take light passes and work carefully. Avoid cutting too deep and spoiling the part. Stop regularly and use your fingers or a set of calipers to measure the wall thickness and check your progress. Most of the bowl can be shaped with this setup. again striving for a consistent wall thickness throughout the depth of the bowl. Past the depth of the hollowed portion, there's no risk of breaking through the wall. The base of the bowl can be shaped as desired until the limits of the jaw chuck are reached. Once the blank is shaped as far as can be with this setup, the inside and the top of the bowl should be sanded and finished before moving on. The spigot will become the base of the bowl, so these areas need to be finished before moving on to the next step. Nothing special here. Work through the normal steps that would be taken on any turning. Just remember that if the bowl is going to hold food, special care needs to be taken in the choice of finish. The spigot is going to become the base of the bowl, so the blank needs to be reversed on the jaw chuck. The outside of the jaws will be gripping the inside of the rim of the bowl. Be sure to secure the bowl firmly, but don't over-tighten, or the bowl may crack. The bowl should sit true on the chuck, so that it spins properly with no wobble. With this setup, the lower part of the bowl and the spigot can be shaped as desired. The section below the internal hollow can be shaped as needed, without worrying about breaking through. The final bit of turning is on the bottom of the base of the bowl. It's always a good idea to cut a shallow hollow inside the base so that the bowl sits on a rim, which prevents rocking. Now the tool rest can be moved out of the way, and the rest of the bowl can be sanded and finished in place. Be sure to sign up for my email newsletter or subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can see all 3 parts of this series teaching you the techniques of hollow form turning. Find out more at www.consultingwoodworker.com.